country was the most cruel to its colonies in Africa. You would have heard of Hitler, Stalin, Pol Pot, Mao. There was one man whose reign of terror was on par with these tyrants, but yet somehow managed to get away. Rather, he was feted as a hero in his native country, buildings, squares named after him. Meet King Leopold II of Belgium, who ruled the Congo between 1885 and 1908, not as a colony, but as his own personal property. Typically, when we speak of evils of colonialism, the reference is mostly to British, French, Spanish, but Belgium's record in the Congo was equally terrible. The fact that it was a minor power unlike British or French enabled it to escape scrutiny. The Congo Free State, as it was called, a rather ironical-sounding name, derived its revenues from export of rubber. The authorities created a system called Red Rubber System to maximize the extraction of rubber. This in turn created a slave class, mainly Congo natives, forcibly recruited for this purpose. Congolese armies were created to raid villages and capture men for this purpose. These slaves were usually given a quota of rubber to extract. Failure to do so meant death, or even worse, mutilation. Hands, feet were cut off as punishment. Here are some unfortunate victims. The workers' hands were usually cut off by the force publique soldiers to prove they hadn't wasted any bullets. The other effect of forcing these men to work on the rubber plantations was complete depopulation of villages. There was no labor available to clear new fields for planting. Women had to do the backbreaking work. On top of it, the authorities stole crops and livestock, leading to a terrible famine that wiped out large sections of population. Villages were raided regularly, men taken as prisoners, their women, children taken as hostages. On top of it, there were child colonies, where orphan Congolese kids were captured and taken to missionary schools, where they were subjected to regular beatings, ostensibly to discipline them. Like most other tyrants, Leopold claimed he was civilizing the natives while indulging in an orgy of exploitation and loot, brutalizing the natives. All these details were recorded by Christian missionaries in Africa and caused a massive outrage when they became public in the UK, Belgium, and US. Finally, on November 15, 1908, the Belgian government annexed the Congo Free State to form Belgian Congo. However, the exploitation did not really end. It just got transferred from one to another. There was an implicit apartheid system where the city centers were reserved for the whites only, as were hospitals, department stores, and other facilities. Even in the force publique, blacks could not have a higher rank than NCO. Black population was forbidden to leave their homes between 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. Finally, a long independence movement saw the Belgian Congo achieve independence in 1960 as Republic of Congo with Patrice Lumumba as PM and Joseph Kasavubu as president. However, Belgium still continued to interfere in the internal affairs of Congo, along with active support from US. And that led to the Congo crisis, where Belgium actively supported the secession of the copper-rich Katanga province, leading to a bloody civil war that saw Lumumba overthrown and executed in a coup.